don't do this, but can you official me?
Yeah, let me talk to you.
Federico Rosales from Phoenix. Federico what?
Federico Rosales from Phoenix, Arizona.
Federico Rosales from Phoenix, Arizona. I met him at the Canelo Alvarez fight.
Jim, what do you think about Canelo's performance tonight?
I thought it was about as good as it gets. I thought that was a tremendous all-around demonstration of what makes Canelo Alvarez the greatest fighter of the generation. From the fabulous chin, to the very effective defense, to mixing power punches together in the middle rounds, to landing one of the best right hands he's ever thrown to knock Charlo down, and using a series of left hooks to widen the margin down the stretch of the fight. It was vintage Canelo. It's about as good as it gets.
Why did you think it was a one-sided fight?
Why?
Yeah.
I think it was a one-sided fight because Canelo Alvarez is a historically great fighter. I think Jermell Charlo is a talented fighter. He's proven that in the ring. But once in every generation, maybe twice in every generation, you get somebody who is up here, better than all the rest. That's who Canelo Alvarez is.
Jim, which is the better matchup or more competitive matchup for Canelo, Crawford or David Benavidez?
I think the David Benavidez fight is a logical matchup. I think a lot of people will want to see it. It makes a lot of sense. But that doesn't get my juices flowing the way the idea of fighting Terence Crawford. Terence Crawford is the most violent force in boxing. And I don't think he's big enough to match with Canelo Alvarez, but I think he'd love to have a chance to prove it.
And speaking of the most violent force in boxing, Terence Bud Crawford, I got a chance to meet with Bud Crawford before the bout started today. I asked him straight out, are you looking to fight the winner? He looked at me with a stern face and said, definitely I'm looking to fight the winner. So it looks like he wants to be the next guy to ride the Canelo Alvarez train. What do you think he has to do to get ahead of?
Terence Crawford has gotten a lot of credit for what he's done, and he deserves it. The performance against Spence was spectacular. You know, I told everybody Terence Crawford's pound for pound number one. Most journalists and writers in the sport have ranked Terence Crawford pound for pound number one. 2 days ago, I said to Canelo Alvarez, how do you feel about not being pound for pound number one anymore? He looked at me with a blank expression and said, what are you talking about? I'm still pound for pound number one. And tonight he went in and stated his case. It's pretty hard to talk against what he did tonight. So, look, there's a 21-pound weight gap there. Terence Crawford's a 147-pound fighter. I'm sure he'd go as high as 160. Can he get Canelo Alvarez to come down from 68 to 60 to fight him? I don't know. You know, I'm not sure that Canelo would give him that much respect. And I don't think that Crawford has a chance to beat him at 168.
Thank you, Jim.